Alright, hello and welcome to the Steins episodic review, episode 17. We got the time travel machine working. Suzuha goes back. The machine was botched. Her memories got jumbled, and she failed her mission. So, Okabe has to go back. And whatever the case, wherever we left off there. Darn it, I forget exactly where, but we were just there. Anyhow, we get to 2010 8/14 at 1937. Oh yeah, he did go back and stop her or allow her to go, and he was wondering of the safety of Mayuri being secure or not. Is she secure or not? She's safely at the lab now. So he's pondering things, and without the need to reach 1% divergence even. And it's the 13th. The 13th used to be D-Day, and I think it's a day later now. Okabe thinks not stopping Suzuha may have saved Mayuri. She once again here repeats her words prior to her original death. You know, whatever about her pocket watch. I just wound it. The lab gets raided by CERN. She is shot. It was not enough. It was not enough. But we are flying towards the conclusion of the show now, because we're past the second half, getting through all the meat and potatoes of the show. But anyhow, Okabe time leaps back. All his hope just swept away right at the start of the episode. Goodness. I think that's where they put the opening, but anyhow. Okabe time leaps back to 2010 8/13 at 1702. Okabe fills in Makise of everything, tells her of Mayuri's death, it being 2 hours away, and his endless time leaps to try and fix things. Suzuha's belief of moving past the 1% divergent being the key to sparing Mayuri's death, Mary from death, and the need for themselves to be removed from CERN's database. So they need the IBN 5100 to do that, which they lost prior. It was stored at the Akihabara shrine prior to Moaka's D-mail. And now we have to go through everything that got us to this point. The 5 D-mails that kicked everything off. The lottery D-mail, Moaka's D-mail, Ruka's D-mail, Ferris's D-mail, and Suzuha's D-mail. Or the one about Suzuha. Reversing the one of Suzuha spared the lab 20 hours of time before the raid of CERN. Makise ponders undoing the D-mails in essentially reverse, and that might be the ticket to getting them past 1% divergence and saving Mary. Makise worries is quite concerned with Okabe's state, his mind, his psychology, considering everything, and she gets embarrassed. He thanks her. She finds that he called her by name, and that it's nice, but that she'll forget about it, which is a nice little illusion. Okabe time leaps back to 2010 8/13 at 16:17. Okabe fills Makise in on everything, and it feels like I'm reading everything over again. And that they have one of the 5 needed reversed. Ferris is the one next. So Okabe tries to get to her through Daru, because Daru digs Ferris. Nya. Okabe pursues after Ferris, asks her what she sent in the D-mail, but then he realizes in the world they are presently in, she had never sent the D-mail and thus has no memory of it. And these thugs are after them and find them and all that. Wait a second, did I jump? Yeah, I jumped through some info accidentally. Okabe pursues after Ferris, not knowing. Yeah, I skipped a line or two or whatever. He wants to know what her text said, but needs to reverse it. Whatever turned Akihabara from a moe culture to a normal one, or fairly normal. Everybody's weird. Ferris flees with Okabe from thugs who are chasing after her from losing a whatever game tournament to her or whatever. They lose their tail. Then they get into things, him inquiring, and she doesn't know because she didn't send it in this world line. She has no memory of it happening, so it's futile. The thugs find them again. They lose them yet again. All this stuff. Okabe tells Ferris if they had a time machine, or if Akihabara was a moe culture, what she would wish for. He's just trying to prod her mind, how she would change things. He wants to know what the text said to be able to reverse it somehow. She wanted to open a maid cafe. Her father wouldn't allow it. Okabe mentions May Queen, what she would call it. She told nobody about it, yet he knows. He tries to convince her about things, asks her what the D-mail said that they sent to the past. He keeps pressuring her. Ferris kind of spazzes out a little bit and kind of gets visions, I guess, which is bizarre. Thugs find him again. They lose him again. Okabe shows her the spot of May Queen, Nya, where it was, and he informs her about it, all the details, Mayuri and Daru, and where he first met her. Ferris begins to remember sounds, sights, information from the other world lines, and that leads her to kind of half fainting. And Ferris wills to know just what is at stake over this text of hers that she sent. So at this point, she does recall, because she's already weighing it in her mind, if it's worthwhile. She needs to know if it's worth reversing. He informs her that Mayuri's life is what's at stake, but she refuses to tell him about the text. She doesn't want to lose her father, who died 10 years ago, and her D-mail is what saved his life. Thugs find him again, and this time they don't escape. They beat up on Okabe for revenge. Okabe wills to continue the fight even though he's just a bloodied mess, and the thugs pull out a knife, of course. And then Ferris' father rescues them with a awesome limo driver just plowing through the whatchamacallit, alleyway. So they just plow through, somehow manage to find her in time and save them both. And so they rescue him, and the thugs flee, and they get in trouble because they get reported or whatever. Which, that part wasn't the greatest presentation, but whatever the case. I don't know how they could have went about that better, but it wasn't the greatest presentation, I guess, of them, getting in trouble over everything. But anyhow, Ferris' father is very thankful to Okabe, and obviously Ferris would credit him for her safety. Now the father is essentially indebted forever to him. So he asked the father about the IBM 5100 that was given away. And he didn't want to break his promise to Suzuha. Interesting. Ferris' father knew Suzuha and apparently struck up some sort of deal. He reveals she was the reason he obtained the IBM 5100. Okabe recalls Suzuha's words to get the IBM 5100 to them, and essentially sacrificing her own life to do it. Okabe realizes at this point she did succeed. She did get it. Ferris approves for her father to spill the beans further. Ferris was kidnapped as a female, and a ransom was rather expensive, so the father traded the IBM 5100 to have enough money to save Ferris. Okabe ponders Ferris's loss, the weight of it against Mayuri, Mayuri willing for him not to send D-mails, and that Mayuri will die off if Ferris's father doesn't with the D-mail reversal of Ferris's. So it's 2 lives at stake. It doesn't get more of a difficult decision than that. Ferris's D-mail. Oh wait, I don't want to skip. Ferris thanks Okabe for saving her, and she's kind of indebted to him as well. And she thinks he really saved her life there. And he's now her hero. And asks again of the accuracy of Mayuri's life being at stake. She spouts off about her 8th birthday party promise of her father, but he had business, so he couldn't attend it, which upset Ferris. She told him she wished he was dead. So he caught an early flight back to her, which results in, you guessed it, his death. Good grief. You gotta be kidding. All that stuff, that kind of stuff is just horrible. That is not the last stuff you want to say to someone so important in your life. Obviously, as a little kid, 8 years old, you don't realize this and that. But my goodness. Oh, how that would just torture someone. That absolutely stinks. Boy, oh boy. But anyhow, we're getting Ferris into the fray again here, so that's good. Her D-mail stopped his plane flight. So he lived on to be able to deny Ferris's maid cafe idea, nya, which explains the town transforming. She sacrificed all to see her father alive. She ponders about undoing it. That would be no easy decision. Having to give up her father for her friend. Boy. Boy, oh boy. And she starts valuing more the reality of what things were originally, and that how things now are modified. A fake reality. So she values the world where her father dies off, and that Mayuri lives more because it's not the fake world that she modified. Which they currently find themselves in. And she certainly does not want Mayuri to pay the price over her selfish text, time travel back. And she breaks down, she cries. Ferris reveals that she has memories, seemingly, of multiple world lines, both realities tucked away in her memories, her mind, her thoughts. She's kind of stuck in between them. And to be able to see both of them, bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. And that gets kind of interesting because, you know, it's kind of been only Okabe to be remembering other world lines, and yet here we have it alluded that others than him can remember as well. Very interesting stuff. So yeah, she's got both. She's got multiple world lines going through her mind, her memories, her head. Okabe is willing to ask Makise of other ideas, other routes, but Ferris is now committed to undo her D-mail. Ferris hugs Okabe, willing for just a few moments longer in this world line. That is tough to give up someone so close. And that alone, but also for another. My goodness, what a choice. And Okabe confirms with Makise that Ferris is undoing it. She's going to undo it. So Ferris asks of the different world line wanting to remember things. And Ferris, she's an interesting one, but Ferris blushes over her time she got to spend with Okabe. Maybe minor illusion. But, and she has bonkers hair. Bonkers hair. Anime hair. My goodness, that's another hallmark of anime, is the hair. The mansions, the schools, the hair, the expressions, those kind of things. But anyhow, she sends whatever back to reverse the text. Divergence number switches to 0.4568914. So they send the D-mail that reverses Ferris's. Okabe gives Ferris her phone at the Future Gadget Lab. He touches her shoulders. Ferris hugs his arm and states something about memories, having memories of the other world line. Makise tells him to cut it out, to stop being all closey close. Okabe ponders Ferris's D-mail reversal didn't help them to reobtain the IBN 5100, that it was delivered to the Akihabara shrine, but 1 year ago it was taken away. He looks up, and the crash from the time machine is there, but Suzuha had went to the past, so Okabe wonders now where is the IBN 5100 located. They need to find it, to use it, to fix everything. That's the goal. That's the goal, the centerpiece. So, another one down. So it wasn't at the shrine. Now it was at the shrine, but 1 year ago it was taken away. So who knows? And what do we got? 2 down, 3 to go. 3 to go now. Hopefully they find it by then. So anyhow, even though these aren't blind reviews, episodic, but anyhow, we ended off this one rather shorter, but we'll jump into 18. So Josh stomach, of course it makes a noise. Of course it does. Of course. Gotta make it awkward. Anyhow, what's my favorite moment of the episode? No clue. No clue. Probably just everything with Ferris. Her kind of getting an episode here. She hasn't been in it for a while, so it's good to get her back into it. So, what do they have? Ruka, Moaka, and the Lotto one left. Those are the 3. Anyhow, let me know your favorite moment of the episode. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you up ahead. As always, take her cool.